Hello there. Welcome to Selcouth Mind. My name is Sel. I have a master's in clinical psychology, and so I do a series here called Psychologist Plays. And today we are going to be checking out Wayward Strand. Wayward Strand is a point-and-click game where we're gonna go help out our parent over the summer at a hospital where they work at and get to know people's stories and that. I don't know too much about it otherwise, so let's just jump straight into it. Music is beautiful. Kangaroos and sheep. I wonder if this is an Australian dev, maybe? Oh yes, definitely an Australian dev. Seems beautiful. There's us, and assuming that's our mother. Wonder why we're here. Yes, it's so the hospital my mom works at is an airship hospital. Wayward Strand. Very interesting. I don't think I've seen a game that's put credits first. Ever. I guess feels kind of retro. Cool. Alright, it is the 70s. Very clearly an alternate universe. Really have sort of steampunk.
So you're excited after all?
Excited. I guess.
A little.
That's a nice change of pace. Your bag looks pretty bulky. What have you got in there?
So the question is, what kind of relationship, I guess, I don't know whether our choices matter. What kind of relationships we want to with our mother? Time's running out.
Why do you need to know?
We're gonna question her.
You brought your notebook, didn't you? Casey.
Okay, there's some implied things there. I'm gonna say I'm still gonna help, reassure that we're still gonna do
help and I'll write my
really what
article.
we've promised
I
we'd
don't
do.
get why it's such a big deal.
It's a distraction. You've always got your nose in that thing. Casey, look, I need your cooperation. Your help today.
We're kind of on the questioning path already. Resisting a little bit, which makes sense, I get, since we're probably preteen teens. Or
Why me?
ask another
Why
question.
you? I need help. You're on holiday. Plus I gave birth to you. So you
Oh.
owe me one.
Gross, Mum.
Imagine if you were stuck in bed all day. No one coming to visit you. Not even your family.
Heaven.
Pardon?
I get the sense either our choices affected it that way, or else they have a slightly strained relationship. That's not a great... Saying because I gave birth to you is not a great reason to get your child to do something. Tends to build resentment.
It's only for a few days. Just be good, please.
Also, the art style's
Give me a
gorgeous.
sec. All good now. See you later, Mrs. By Morris.
Thanks, Ted.
So what are you going to be up to?
Let's be honest.
Helping my mum.
Mrs. B, good luck.
Casey, come on.
Interesting.
We've got a long day ahead of us. There'll be no time for dawdling.
Mom seems like a very strict individual, which, to be fair, it does seem like she's very busy. So it makes sense.
Here we are.
Now, who are you?
Hmm?
Huh?
The name's Esther. What's yours?
Casey.
I'm Casey. Wonderful name. Very original.
Uh,
Well,
Has a sense of
nice
humor.
to meet you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to go solve a mystery about a goat.
Casey, come here.
Huh.
She said she
This is
loved
like an
you, right?
interesting individual.
All right. Lily, this is Casey.
Hi, Casey.
I'll be busy in the general ward, so come see Lily if you need anything. Now, your job is to go to each of the patients' rooms and spend some time with them. Oh, Lily, did you find a spare fob watch?
Yeah, I think so. It's here somewhere.
Bob watch?
See if the patients need anything. But otherwise, just give them a bit of company. Got that?
yep.
Found it.
Great. All right. Catch you later, Case.
Bye, Mum.
Okay, here you go. You can use it to keep track of the time. A lot goes on in a hospital.
Oh,
You can't
okay.
be everywhere at once. I'll be busy today, so you're going to have to choose how you spend your own time.
Let's be curious, because she says she wants to be a journalist. Let's
What
ask.
do you do?
Oh, me? Well, I'm a nurse, so some days it feels
Oh,
like a
nurse,
bit
okay.
of everything. A lot of everything. When Joni quit, she left some big shoes to fill. The main thing is we've got to make sure the patients don't feel neglected. All right. Now, Mrs. Vaughan's room is just down the hall. That's a good place to start. She's really friendly. If I'm not off doing something, I'm usually just here. So head back anytime you need help.
Alright, so we're gonna leave. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna gather my thoughts here for a second. So that explains maybe why Mom's a little bit stressed and has insisted we come help. You know, I get the sense that maybe Casey didn't really want to. I suspect some of that is, as was just said there, a coworker has left. In helping professions, things like nursing, stress is already a big issue, so I can understand some of that stress and tension and maybe insistence on Mom saying, you know, you absolutely have to come with me. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's how the mechanic works. Okay. Esther seems like an interesting character. I'm very curious as to whether she's just a very unique personality. Or sometimes with certain things like dementias and older age issues, you can see some of the strange personality things. But let's start with visiting someone. Let's learn someone's story.
Hello, dear. Come in, come in. Casey Morris. My, you must have grown a mile a minute since I last saw you. How tall you've grown.
Nice to see you, Mrs. Vaughan.
Ida. Please, Ida. We're all friends here. Welcome to the hospital. Come in, please. Make yourself at home.
Someone we know. Let's talk. Let's ask what she knows about the airship. That seems like a
Do you know
nice
anything about
starting
this
point.
airship?
A little, I suppose.
We don't want to be too intrusive. Let's ask
Do
where
you
it came
know where
from.
it came from?
Not really, unfortunately. I mean, the brochure said that it used to be a luxury German airliner. Oh, Mr. Bruce would be a good person to ask. He was a passenger on the ship, I believe,
Interesting.
back when it was in commission. His
Okay.
room is on the level below this one, in the same spot, I think.
Okay, now that we've kind of established conversation a little bit, it seems like we already know her from previous. Let's ask her about why the nurse quit.
There was a nurse that quit recently. Joni?
Oh, I haven't heard that name in a little while. Yes, Joni.
When did she leave?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. It was a couple of weeks ago, I believe. Perhaps a month. I lose track of time up here.
Understandable. Also, why it's important to engage seniors in that conversation. It helps with maintaining memories and that.
Do you know why she quit?
No, I don't. Well, I could guess at it, I suppose. She didn't seem very happy here. She was under a lot of stress.
That's what she was like.
What was she like?
She was funny, that's for sure. Whenever you went by the nurse's station, one of them would be giggling. About what? I never knew.
Let's leave it there for now. Alright, let's leave as
I might
well.
go and have a look around.
Okay then. I'll see you later, dear.
Yeah. And just to expand on something I was saying.
Yes, you're right. Good man, good man.
Interesting. I'm not sure what that was. But to expand on what I was saying there. It's not just seniors, it's anyone who's isolated. So it could be immunocompromised people, people with disabilities who are stuck at home. Just anyone who's isolated. It's really important to engage in conversation with them. Humans are social creatures. We need conversation with one another, interaction. And it's very important for vital brain health, development, maintaining of memories. Really, our job here is Casey. Is really a vital job, and one that unfortunately nurses are often too busy to do. Plus, we get to learn people's stories, and people's stories are often very interesting and more complex than you'd think. Is there a patient in here?
What?
Dr. Bashard?
What are you here for? Time to turn me sunny side up?
That's an interesting expression. Let's ask what he means by that.
What do you mean?
I mean, what is your purpose here?
Let's be honest.
They told me to check in on you.
You must have heard wrong.
Let's keep asking questions. That's
Why
a
do you
good
think
thing to
that?
do.
There's no other explanation as to why you're bothering me.
Let's try to
I'm
explain.
just meant to come to visit and keep people company.
Well, I have no desire for company.
Mm,
Good day.
okay. Interesting. So they want to be alone. Which is a right of theirs. Esther, let's visit Esther. She seems like an interesting character.
Excuse me.
Excuse you? Who are you?
Casey.
I think then her strange behavior is likely due to something like you mentioned.
My
We're gonna mom works here.
Mrs. Beaumaris.
Ah, the head proctor. And I suppose she sent you to keep an eye on me.
And proctor. Which I would associate that term with school rather than a hospital, which makes me wonder if she thinks she's maybe a student.
Why would you think that?
Let's get more clarification again.
Are you alright?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you. I just haven't been given my medicine yet. Now, why are you in my room?
Let's explain our task. We're not going to ask about
with
medicine.
each of the patients.
That's too personal.
Well, in that case, come in already. Have a seat over there.
Okay, so she's friendly enough.
Don't mind me. I'm just battling this confounded puzzle.
Let's talk. We could try to ask this. Well, I'm curious to see. This will be a good test to sort of understand. Oh, hello. Did I time
Did you
out?
hear that? That's Bruce.
Oh,
Back from the cav.
that was odd. Didn't see the timer go down. I don't understand why.
Excuse me for a moment.
Okay. We have the option.
How'd you get? You can come back later.
It was very strange. Let's follow her. It's because I'm curious. So much for following her around ahead of her.
Guten Tag, Mr. Bruce. How are you doing?
I'm preparing to rest.
Ah, good. Very good. You were in the cafe last night, right?
Yesterday. In the evening?
Mr. Bloody Fork, utterly bromidic.
Perhaps I was not present.
Oh, well, I was sitting down to dinner, as per usual pea and ham, minding my own business. A couple of minutes go by, and Mr. Fork plops down at the next table. Now, I happen to know Mr. Fork is an Aquarius, and I happen to read his horoscope in the weekly just beforehand.
Okay, I don't think she has
Dinner
memory
last
issues.
night, that is. So I tried to pass on the good news, and well,
Well?
he went off.
She's maybe just a little bit eccentric.
Right off. He was yelling, he was shouting, not very loudly, I suppose, but he clearly didn't believe a word I was saying.
I see.
He said horoscopes were nonsense. Can you believe it?
I mean, that's fair.
Nonsense. I told him, my horoscope has been accurate for 79 days. Consecutive. Then he said, well, I was just seeing what I wanted to see. And I said, what about Nostradamus?
Yes.
Nostradamus!
Oh.
Predicting the start of the First War and then the end of the Second. Well, I couldn't abide it, Mr. Bruce. Couldn't abide.
Okay. We shall leave them be. Horoscopes are an interesting subject. They're often considered to be full of the Barnum effect, which Barnum named after Barnum Bailey, a famous circus owner way back, where a lot of it is just saying general statements that could apply to everyone. Unfortunately, a lot of horoscopes tend to be considered to fall under that. But, much like many things, if reading those and following them and all of that helps you, there's no harm in it. If that helps you better, that's a solid thing. Okay, we have a notebook here. Interesting. Goat. Got a lot of notes. Grandma. Oh, we used to hear doctor. Interesting. I guess we're trying to find clues. Sit down. Read for a while. You go in there? No. Let's go back down this hallway. There's a patient in here now. Let's visit him.
Ah, hello there. That's right, you're the Beau Morris girl. And of course, that's why you're here. It all comes together.
I'm gonna introduce myself.
So, my name is Casey.
Casey, is it? Very well, very well. My name is Neil Avery. You might have heard of me. It's a pleasure to meet you. Come in. Have a seat.
Box with fan mail. I'm guessing he was maybe a writer or professor. Let's speak. How can we know about the airship? That's a good starting point.
Avery,
Yes, my dear.
can you tell me what you know about the airship?
Ah, curious, are we? Very well. The year 1976. The man, Felix Pettigrew. He saw an opportunity that no one else had seen before. A derelict airship, floating above a nowhere town.
Hey, that's my town.
Ah, my sincerest apologies. Within just a few months, he had convinced the town council to convert it to a hospital. And with some clever marketing, he raised capital investment from across the globe. A year later, and here we are, airborne, aboard a modern medical marvel.
Asking questions I think is wise. He seems like someone who thrives off of being questioned and that. If we're to engage with him, let's engage with him how he likes.
Why was it made
More
into
questions.
a hospital?
Why? Why not? It's lovely up here.
Keep
Your
there.
curiosity about the ship's provenance is intriguing. I always keep an eye out for what is interesting the populace.
Was he a reporter, maybe?
Yes.
We're gonna ask him about this fight.
I heard
Yes?
yesterday there was an argument.
Oh, yes. Mrs. Fitzgerald and Mr. Falk. Well, they don't get along all that well.
Why not?
They have these flare-ups every now and then. Mr. Falk is quite, how should I put it, literal-minded. Nice fellow, but unfortunately somewhat lacking in imagination.
Let's ask what the fight was about.
What was the fight about?
As I recall, Mrs. Fitzgerald was just giving Mr. Falk some horological advice. It wasn't bad news, wasn't bad at all. But Mr. Falk was quite dismissive, as per usual. He's very fixed in his view of the world.
What did...
Well, before I knew it, voices were raised, eyebrows were furrowed. It was quite unbecoming. But don't tell either of them I told you so. Now really, that's all I can tell you. I can't stand a gossip.
Interesting, okay. Let's see if we can ask if he will tell us why Joni quit.
Mr. Avery, did you know Joni?
Joni? Joni? Oh, yes, of course. Where is she? Have you seen her recently?
Someone said that she quit recently.
Oh, drat. Yes, a few weeks ago. Well, I couldn't tell you why. She just up and left. Along with 3 of my books. I've been lending her spare copies of a few of my nascent works.
Let's ask this
Do you
one.
know who would know more?
Oh, Esther, Mrs. Fitzgerald. She's sharp. She has certain uncanny abilities.
Interesting. I want his opinion on what these abilities are.
What abilities?
I think she'd prefer to induct you. I'll just say that I, for one, can vouch for Esther's astuteness.
Thanks, Mr. Avery.
Oh, not at all, my dear.
Dr. Shen.
Okay. Interesting. So she's got abilities. Okay. Let's see. Okay, Mrs. Vaughn. We already talked about her. Oh, he's probably a writer.
Dr. Shen to
Let's leave. Let's keep exploring.
Leave for the moment.
I see. Very well, my dear.
It's a tricky balance between, you know, having conversations with them and all that, and like not overly disrupting them and giving them space to do their own thing. Let's look out. I'm curious to see. Okay, so it just gives us a nice little view. We can leave. Surprised we haven't been yelled at for running around. What a curious place. I'm not quite sure what's going on. Are they just, is this sort of like a senior's home? Not sure what's going on here. Let's look out. Where's the balcony? That's a beautiful chandelier there. Well, let's not try using the intercom yet. Doesn't need to do that. Alright. Oh. For the patient. Let's speak to them.
Hello.
This person likes plants. But obviously. Let's smile.
Hello?
Let's stay for now.
Excuse me, what's your name?
We'll ask again louder first rather than move closer. Okay. Because moving closer can be seen as aggression. I'll try moving closer now. Let's see if we can get her attention some other way.
I'm just gonna have a look around, if that's okay.
We shouldn't look at the patient chart because we are not a medical staff person. Look at the trophies though. Person clearly likes plants. It's very odd that the open curtains are closed in a room so full of plants. Let's risk opening them. Doing this does risk upsetting this person. Let's try that and see.
Oh! Did you want them closed?
Leave them open. I'm not reading her very clearly.
Goodbye then.
Okay, she's not very talkative. Let's go find Lily. We can. I want to ask her about this particular patient. That way Lily can tell us what we need to know.
Has Mr. Falk come down for lunch yet? With our VIP arriving in just 2 days, I must give our friendly fisherman a crash course in etiquette.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What?
Mr. Falk, he passed last night.
Oh.
What? Hugo?
He passed away. Heart attack in his sleep, rest his soul.
Oh my God. He wasn't that old. How old was he?
76.
76? Wow.
Well, that is getting on.
He was going to be 77 on Sunday.
Poor fella. God. He seemed so healthy.
He was.
God. I've got to, does everyone know?
Oh, I'm not sure, actually.
I see. I must, well, it is time for lunch, I suppose. Yes.
Let's talk to the nurse here. Next. Yes. Oh.
Oh, shoot. I've got to take Miss Hummel to lunch.
I've got it covered here. You go ahead.
Oh,
Okay, so
hey,
there must be certain times of the day when
Want to come with
certain
me?
things need to
I've
occur.
Just got to grab Miss Hummel. Then we can go down.
Sure. We'll go with her. Good chance to learn some things here.
Very much so.
Who is Miss Hummel?
Ah, much obliged.
I wonder who he's talking to.
Delectable as always.
You're very welcome, Mr. Airy.
Oh! That is a person lying there. It is indeed one individual.
Of course. Miss Hummel isn't in her room. We'll have to go look for her.
Yeah, I saw her. She's that way. And she's passed out. Oh, she's not passed out face first.
There you are. Hi, Tommy. Come on with us. It's time for lunch. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, I'm curious what's going on with her.
This is Miss Hummel. Tommy.
We've already met.
Ah, very good. And, you know about, well, Miss Hummel is non-verbal. She doesn't speak with us, but she enjoys company and conversation. So don't hesitate to spend some time with her if you get a chance.
All right.
We'll confirm that we heard that. Yeah, so interesting difference there is by saying non-verbal, it means that she doesn't speak words, but she may make sounds, versus if you say that someone is non-vocal,
Please, Tommy.
they do not make any sounds at all.
All right, let's go order some food.
So, distinction there, that's of interest.
I'm just exploring all possible possibilities.
Those two are having quite the chat.
All right, so this is where you order food. This is the intercom, and say hi, Devon.
What?
Oh, oops.
That you, Lily?
Yes, it's me. Sorry, Casey's here. I'm showing her how to order.
Hi, Casey.
Hi.
Very well. When you're ready.
Okay, so you can order anything off the menu. Unfortunately, it's all
Sorry
soup.
that it's all soup. We're still getting the kitchen fitted out.
It's all soup. I mean, for a group of seniors, that
Good.
is probably not a bad menu.
The options are on the menu on the wall. Just order when you're ready.
Corn soup sounds good.
Cream of corn soup, please.
I'm curious how this
It
works.
usually doesn't take too long. Ah, it's on its way.
Do they have a dumbwaiter?
There you go.
Oh, Esther's talking
I've
about
got
us.
to look after Miss Hummel. Feel free to come sit with us, or you can find somewhere else to sit and eat.
Myself. Her face
Could
is
you send
too
Tommy's up next?
open. Clearly she's hiding
Thanks,
something.
Deb.
Ah, Casey. How are things? And what did you get for lunch?
Soup.
Oh, yes. Wonderful. We're just, well, Mrs. Fitzgerald and I are having a discussion at the moment, but do come by mine in the afternoon.
Yes. Very well. Very well.
We'll have a good old yarn.
Sure.
Very good.
Okay, so he's very politely telling us to get lost, which is fair.
Ah, yes, the weather. Rather warm.
We sit at this table.
Rather warm indeed.
There you go.
What's scintillating?
Come sit down.
Thanks.
I just remembered.
I saw some bears in
Let's
Toad's
go with this one.
What? Oh, right. The trophies.
What's the story behind them?
behind them?
Why are you asking again?
It's because I'm curious.
I'm curious.
I'm not too sure. You could check with Ida. She's friends with Tommy. She might know more.
So we know someone to talk to more about that.
Hey, Lil. Hi, Casey. How's the morning been?
It's been good.
We've had a good morning.
Have you been doing as you're told?
Yeah.
I've been going around, like you asked. Patients don't seem to want much. I've just been talking with them.
Just remember, Case, you're here to help.
I am helping.
Good. There's a lot that goes on up here, more than you might realise. You need to keep your nose out of those books to see it. All right, I've got to get back to it. I'll see you up at the shuttle at 6. See you then. See you, Lil.
Oh. Bye, Mrs. B.
Mum seems a little bit strict. Let's ask Mr. Falk.
Yes?
I wanted to ask about Mr. Falk.
Oh, right. What did you want to know?
Let's confirm that he was a patient.
He was a patient here?
Yes. He was here as long as any other patient. Transferred up from the old hospital, along with Ida and Mrs. Fitzgerald.
What was he like?
What was he like?
He was a funny old fella. You would have liked him. Always eating ice cream bars. We'd find wrappers lying in his room.
I wish I'd met him.
I wish you had too.
Let's see if we can help.
Is there a way I could help with Miss Hummel?
Oh, just spending time with her is great. Oh, if you notice her watering can is empty, you could refill it. But otherwise, keep an eye on her perhaps, especially if she's out of her room unattended.
Hey, Mr. Bruce. Time to head to your room?
It is.
trying to see Dr. Bouchard.
Ah, yes.
Just get all the
Why should she
information.
be angry with me?
Oh, she's gotten a prognosis recently. It was worse than any of us
Oh,
expected.
hmm.
She's taking it hard.
That makes sense. We're gonna be snoopy and ask what the prognosis was.
I think I'll leave it to her to talk about the specifics.
Very professional
She'd like to
response.
share.
Very, very professional response.
Thanks
Leave it
for
there.
talking with me about her.
Oh, that's all right. Anytime. Casey, she might not want company now, but if you're able to, check in on her every now and then. I'll do the same.
Okay, let's leave. Interesting, this is like a little identifier. Okay. A book. And let's take a look here at notes. Yeah, it seems like we have a slightly strange relationship with our mom. You know, noting here, like, we're assuming what mom is assuming about us. Esther's a bit of a character. Yeah, what's going on with Tommy? Yes, we should go talk to Dr. Bouchard again, I think. Mr. Avery. Tommy. Yeah, she doesn't speak. Yeah, so again, clarifying. She doesn't speak, but she is nonverbal, not non-vocal. So, reasonable chance that she'd make some sort of sounds. Ida, Mr. Falk has died, and Devin the chef. Sounds Irish. Okay. Dr. Bouchard was down here, I think. Lower floor. I think. I don't remember which direction. Oh. Have we spoken to you yet? Also, that's a person I don't recognize.
Who is there? You are not a nurse.
I'm, Casey.
I am Mr. Bruce. Your message, if you'd like.
So he seems open to a conversation. Let's see what we can talk about. Standard question.
Do you mind if I ask you a question?
A question?
He's very tired.
I do not.
What do you know about the airship?
The Gräfin, Isabella. I know some. I would voyage upon the Bella before the war when I was young.
Oh, Esther has come to interrupt.
Knock, knock. Oh, hello. You get around, don't you?
Mrs. Fitzgerald.
Yes. I don't suppose you've heard. Mr. Falk?
Mr. Falk?
He died early this morning.
I see. May God rest his soul.
I suppose you don't have anything else to add?
I didn't know him. so well.
No. Well, me either. But I certainly didn't wish any harm upon him. You know me. Wouldn't hurt a fly. But I had my disagreements with him, certainly. And you...
I wish him rest.
What I'm saying is, you two
Rest
so...
and peace.
Well,
Interesting.
very irregular, you know.
In what regard?
Well, because, well, his stars, they were very auspiciously aligned. It's rather strange indeed, come to think of it. I'm going to have another squiz at my charts. It just doesn't line up.
Good day.
Interesting. Let's leave him be. He seems a little bit tired. We'll let him rest.
I might leave you for now. Is that okay?
Do as you wish.
Hmm. Let's visit Doctor again.
Oh,
We'll leave her to sleep. Rest is very important. Let's see what Esther's up to.
It just doesn't make sense.
what doesn't make sense?
The charts. I just don't get it.
Don't ask her why she's suspicious of us. That's not going to get a good answer out of her, I don't think.
Esther?
Ask her about the bears.
Yes.
Do you know what the golden bears are? In Miss Hummel's room?
You've seen bears up here. I knew it.
No, the statues.
Oh, right. Those things. Rather poorly made, I've always thought. Too knobby.
Do you know what they're for?
Oh, not really. Mr. Avery might know. Recently, he's taken a shine to her. I don't know why, but he knows a little something about awards. He's written half a dozen bestsellers. A brilliant mind. But never tell him I told you so. It'll swell his head. This doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense at all. I mean, he'd have to be... My stars! You! Fetch me that book.
She certainly has a lot of opinions. Which there's nothing wrong with that.
You heard of him?
I think so.
Sure you have. Uri Geller. The modern-day Nostradamus. But that means... Is that you? If that's you, give me a sign.
I'm gonna watch.
Very well. Put it back.
Let's leave. We have other people to visit.
Excuse me.
Yes?
How long did you say you'd be around?
Mum said it should be 3 days.
Oh, well, I won't keep you. Off you go.
Interesting
Bye-bye.
character.
Hey, Case.
Oh, hey.
Good afternoon, Esther.
Peek into her room.
Put it down there.
I have to see you take them.
Fine then. Fine.
Now, this is your afternoon medicine, Esther. Today is Friday. You've had your afternoon medicine for Friday.
You said that already.
I just don't want you calling me in an hour saying you haven't had it yet.
Why would I do a thing like that?
So she does have some memory issues.
Mr. Falk, is his birthday... Well, was his birthday Sunday?
It was.
Let's head upstairs. I think that's where the author is located. Which room is his? Anyways, the author wanted us to come visit him again, so we shall do so. Oh no, he's a florb. Very interesting. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, they're both in here.
Excuse me?
Miss Beaumaris. I'm just conducting an impromptu reading of one of my works for Miss Hummel here.
Can I listen?
Of course. Come in and have a seat. I'll just find a place to start. Oh yes, I like this part. You'll appreciate this, young Miss Beaumaris. Failure is the first step on the rocky path to success. And it is a critical step. In fact, if you're not failing when you're starting out, you need to ask yourself, why? You must ask yourself, how can I take what I'm doing and cause it not to succeed? Now, you may think I'm being facetious, pulling your leg as it were, but... Oh, struck a nerve, have we? Well, this was a controversial section of the piece, to be sure. I guarantee it's worthwhile to follow to the end, though. But failure is how you learn.
It's
the
true.
golden effigy of success is forged out of the miasma of failure. And thus, within the very letters of the word failure, variously rearranged with some phonetic accommodation, you will find your fair life.
Interesting. Yes, I would agree. I don't think Tommy's that interested in it.
Oh, apologies. I'm a bit less prepared than I had expected. It's the impromptu nature of this reading. I should have gotten in touch with my publicist, really.
That's fine.
Yes, you go ahead. If you come back in, say, 10 or 15, then we'll really be off to the races.
Alright, let's peek into the room and just see.
Yes, this is quite astute, this bit. I met a young man in Norway during my travels. Your part of the world, Ms. Hummel. And he told me about a traditional Norwegian proverb.
Oh, she's from Norway?
Clever, actually. I used to do this quite a bit. I would invent personages and attribute proverbs to them. The proverbs are all, of course, of my own manufacture.
Of course.
A technique of mine I've dubbed purification. By externalizing my pearls of wisdom, such as they are, I provide them each an anchor, a way of remembering through a signifier, an icon, if you will, anecdote by anecdote. I construct a rich and complex world of meaning, of depth, and in the end, there is still some truth in it. After all, no man, as John Donne teaches us, is an island. I have gleaned all this wisdom from the world in some way or another. But I met a young man in Norway, sells the concept. If I were simply to say, one day I got a notion from somewhere or other. It's all about credibility. The credibility of Miss Hamill, would you like some help with that one? Or I'll just, yes, here you go.
Okay.
Yes, that wasn't a great spot. I'll stand here.
I'll leave those two be. Okay, that's like a head office. We can't go in there. Sit down. Let's see if we can find Lily. Let me ask her a couple more questions. Indeed, no man is an island. And as I stated, part of Casey's job to visit with them is vital. Because otherwise, humans are social creatures. We need communication, we need contact with other people.
Almost missed it. I've got to get
Important.
Mr. Bruce's dinner now. You can come along if you'd like.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll follow her. Learn a little bit more about things.
Hey, Dev.
Hey. Simon's on its way.
Thanks a bunch.
Interesting.
Here to serve.
Thought they were only equipped for soup, but he's getting oh, that's a bowl. Salmon soup? Interesting. Alright, let's see how Mr. Bruce is doing.
Miss Marshall? Good afternoon.
And to you. You two have already met, right?
Yeah.
You go sit. You don't mind if Casey's here for dinner, do you, Mr. Bruce?
No.
All right. I've got creamy salmon, one of your favorites.
Indeed.
Interesting. Does he require assistance with feeding, maybe? Yeah, he seems to need help with eating. Salmon for dinner. Although creamy salmon may be a soupish consistency. Oh, we're drawing pictures of Tommy. That's a beautiful little touch from the devs. Drawing in pictures. That's an alternative. Well, it is a form of communication that is not verbal. Beautiful little touch. Replace him with black plant. Oh, that's beautiful. What do we know about the ship now? The Graf and Isabella. What an interesting group of people. An interesting situation. And everyone seems to have a story. As everyone does. Everyone has a story. It's a complex situation. I don't know quite if the goal of the story is for there to be like a mystery of sorts that we're solving. Or whether it is just about sitting there and learning people's stories. It's either way, I think there's great value in either. As someone who spent a fair bit of time around seniors and hospitals and facilities that are filled with a lot of seniors, characters all seem very relatable. I have definitely met older folks who are like all these different people. You know what, if all Casey ends up doing throughout this story, this game, the 3 days that she's here helping this weekend. You know, even if all she does is listen to their stories, she's done a lot. Listening to stories, talking to them, talking to older folks, and, you know, trying to understand the world, the way they see things is good, not just from, you know, a psychological health perspective. You know, I've already said humans are social creatures and rely quite heavily on social interactions and that. But so often, older folks can feel abandoned or left behind. And there's a transfer of knowledge. You know, Mr. Avery might have a bit of an ego. He might think himself quite important. But there's still things that we can learn from him, you know? Always how you learn can't succeed without failing. Esther might not like us, might be suspicious of us, might be very into astrology, fortune telling, all of that, which I personally think is very poorly supported with any scientific evidence. There's still things we can learn from her. We can consider things outside of the obvious, what's right in front of us. I think that's the case for many of the folks here. There's things that can be learned from stopping and listening to people's stories. Even when the stories aren't necessarily told with words. I'm very curious to see where the rest of this game goes. I think I'm going to leave it here for now. I know the day's not finished, but we're going to just stop there for now, rather than finish out the day. I don't want this video to be too long. Yeah, it was a really good reminder of the importance of connections and talking with others and preciousness of time. You know, Mr. Falk passed away. We didn't get to meet him. We didn't get to hear his stories. Instead, we can take our time to build relationships with others and understand others further. I'm going to leave it for there. The game is Wayward Strand. If you want to check it out for yourself, there'll be a link to the game over on Steam in the description down below. Thank you to the devs and to the Indie Game Collective for providing a key for me to play and check out and make this video. And until next time, stay curious.